Good evening. Tonight on STN Channel 2 News, we discuss the tragic events that occurred in Paris this past weekend, the latest developments from overseas.
And the Center for Community Service has a special holiday treat for children in need of a Christmas.
Also, students can get excited for the Heart Dances concert, along with other campus activities, all that and more, right now on STN Channel 2. Good evening. Thank you for tuning in to STN Channel 2 News. I'm Scott Roberts.
And I'm Johnny Wade. Now we begin tonight's newscast with breaking news just in this morning to the STN newsroom. University of Hartford President Walter Harrison has formally announced his retirement to the university community. President Harrison made the announcement this morning in a meeting with the Board of Regents. Walter Harrison has been the president of the university for nearly 2 decades. Regent Kathy Behrens will lead the search committee composed of faculty, staff, and students and will take effect in the spring. He will formally retire at the end of his current contract term in June of 2017. STN will have much more after the break on this big change to the university.
Now we continue to follow the latest developments from overseas in Paris. The entire country of France on high alert after terrorist attacks rocked the City of Light last Friday. But new this week, French authorities confirmed the death of the man suspected to be the ringleader of these attacks. Late this week, French authorities confirming that the man killed in a police raid in Saint-Denis was the man behind the deadly attacks on Paris late Friday night. Abdelhamid Abaoud was the suspected ringleader behind the terrorist attacks that killed more than 100 people in the French capital. Police pulling his body from the rubble of an apartment and identifying him by his fingerprints. In the wake of these attacks, French forces intensified their attacks on the nation of Syria and on ISIS, the terrorist group who claimed responsibility for the attacks. A raid of fighter jets successfully bombed 2 command centers in the city of Raqqa this past week, with French President François Hollande calling war against Syria.
The acts committed in Paris on Friday evening, these are acts of war. They caused at least 129 deaths and many injured, and they constitute an aggression, an attack against our country.
And what they wanted to destroy was our freedom. This freedom, which in each one of our communities, our local authorities, we attach our importance of protecting. It is this freedom which is the air that we breathe, the living language that we speak.
Some of the world's leaders came together at the G20 summit in Turkey in a moment of silence to remember those lost in the attacks. President Obama spoke at the summit saying these attacks remind us that ISIS cannot be defeated alone.
Our nation's therefore committed to strengthening border controls, sharing more information, and stepping up our efforts to prevent the flow of foreign fighters in and out of Syria and Iraq. Now, in light of these attacks, politicians here in the United States have called to disallow Syrian refugees to resettle in the states. Over 30 declared they would not allow refugees into their state. Governor Daniel Malloy announced Connecticut would be one of the states to accept refugees from the war-torn nation, being only one of few to allow for the resettlement. However, the House of Representatives passed a bill Thursday that would stop the admission of Syrian refugees for the time being. The White House has already threatened to veto this bill as the president and Republicans are now at odds ends on the Syrian matter. The bill now moves to the Senate, where Democratic leaders say they plan to block the bill. A hostage crisis in Mali has ended with 27 people confirmed dead by authorities, 5 of those dead being attackers. Gunmen stormed a hotel filled with foreigners in the former French colony of Mali. Troops from France and the United States, along with UN peacekeepers, worked to get Malian citizens to safety. We do know French troops are currently at war with al-Qaeda militants in Mali, but it has not been confirmed what terrorist group is responsible for this attack.
And on November 18th, ISIS released a video threatening a potential attack on the United States targeting areas of New York City. The video flashes various images of parts of Times Square and shows an explosive device being put together and a bomber zipping his jacket over a suicide belt. The New York City Police Department said it was aware of the video and was deploying additional members of its new anti-terrorism squad out for additional caution. Authorities did say there was no immediate threat to the city.
Switching gears now back here to campus. This year, you can make a child's holiday wish come true. Participants of the Angel Tree program can pledge to buy a gift for a child by picking an angel off the tree in the GSU Sweesman Lounge or in the Center for Community Service in GSU Room 209. The specified gift you can purchase for the angel can be dropped off at the Center for Community Service by Friday, December 4th at 4:30 p.m. For more info, you can email ccs@hartford.edu or you can call their extension at 5409.
And the Hart School will be presenting the show Heart Dances will be put on by their dance division. The show will be performed starting on Friday, November 20th at 7:30 p.m. and will be followed by 2 shows on Saturday, November 21st, one at 2 p.m. and one at 7:30 p.m., concluding with a final show on Sunday, November 22nd at 2 p.m. The show costs $20 but is free for students and staff. The show will feature a wide variety of dances, including Spanish dance techniques and ballet.
Now to a story we brought you last year. Assistant Chief of Public Safety Michael Kozlauskas taught a series of active shooter defense classes this past week. The 2 classes were held in part with the Criminal Justice Club, designed to teach students and staff what to do in the event of an active shooter on campus. The classes were held in Hawk Hall on both Thursday afternoon and evening. For more information, you can contact Public Safety or you can get in touch with the Criminal Justice Club. All right, Johnny, so a lot of rain yesterday. It was rainy throughout the day, and then last night, it was a soaker for sure. But we needed the rain, that's for sure.
Yeah. And I just hope that when the Thanksgiving break comes up, it'll be all nice and outside so we can just enjoy our break. Can you just about that, Jabari?
Yeah, I am too. Well, last week we had some cloudy skies and some periods of rain. Will we have to continue to step in puddles, or will sunny skies complement your football huddles? I'll let you know in a bit, so stay tuned after the break.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jabari Walker, thank you. Coming up, we talk about a chef who taught students how to make a delicious meal this past week.
And we have more information on how you can order baked goods for compliments for this upcoming Thanksgiving.
Also, SGA will be hosting a live quiz show this week with a unique kind of trivia. More on that after the break.
One thing you can never have sex without.
It's not something you buy.
Or something you take.
In fact, there's only one way to get it.
It has to be given to you, freely.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape. Consent.
If you don't get it, you don't get it. It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Oh, look, a redhead. Staring contest. You still got it. I know.
Come alive with the forest.
The dad was cute.
You were looking right at us. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
And now, your STN2 weather forecast.
Hello, and welcome back to the Weather Desk. I'm Jabari Walker. Now, the weather has been sunny with periods of wind these past few days. Let's take a look to see what it was like outside today. So if you stepped outside today, you may have noticed some sunny skies and clear weather, and that's good opposed to what we had last night, which was rain. So most of the sun dried up the puddles, and if you were on your way to your morning commute, you might have grabbed a jacket considering it was pretty windy outside with a wind chill of about 13 miles per hour. So let's see how it's going to be tonight. So tonight it's going to be not any warmer, with temperatures in upper 20s, and U of H is at 30 degrees, but mostly upper 20s in the northeastern area. So even if you're going outside, you might also want to add a hat and gloves to your jacket as well. Now let's see Saturday's highs. Now Saturday's highs are also not too high, of course, because the wind chill coming in of about 12 miles per hour. We got temperatures in upper 40s and lower 50s. New York City is 50 degrees and Hartford's 48, and we have lower 40s up in Oriano and Augusta. Now let's see Sunday's forecast, and as you can see, it's a little bit warmer. That's because that wind chill is kind of calming down to about 9 miles per hour. So we won't have too low of temperatures, but they're still low. So make sure you bundle up if you're going outside. Now let's see the 7-day forecast. As you can see, for Friday it's going to be 54 tonight, or partly cloudy, and Saturday it's going to be 48 degrees and also partly cloudy. As you can see, from Sunday to Wednesday it is going to be sunny and in the 40s and 50 range, and on Thursday it's going to be partly cloudy and 50 degrees.
Not bad for Thursday for Thanksgiving. I mean, it's still far away. Like I always say, seemingly when I'm on the anchor desk, is that we always change the forecast when it comes out. But looking pretty good for the little time that we're going to be on campus for classes and then heading home.
Yeah, it is.
All right, cool. Thank you very much, You're
welcome.
So Chef Ben held another one of his cooking classes on Monday, November 16th in the 1877 Club. News director Ashley Kaufman attended that class, learning how to cook like a pro.
With our aprons on and our cooking stations picked, Chef Ben's students for the night learned how to make homemade chicken marsala sauce and how to plate it with chicken, mashed potatoes, and green beans. Chef Ben has been holding classes since last year and has seen a large response from students and faculty during past cooking demonstrations.
Our wonderful marketer, Shannon Mumley, and I came up with the idea of having a cooking class here on campus as another way to bolster the idea of food being great here at the University of Hartford.
At the end of the class, we all sat down for a family-style meal to try what we cooked and to see what we would like to cook in future classes.
The last time we did a seared salmon with a Parmesan risotto. We did it all from scratch right here in the rotunda. We've done steak, we've done shrimp, we've done scallops. Nothing vegetarian yet, but that's definitely on the radar.
Chef Ben is as passionate about teaching others how to cook as he is cooking the meals himself and looks forward to holding more classes beginning next semester.
It's great. I think it's a great outlet for especially the students here to do something a little bit different. So many times they get to eat everywhere, but to actually be able to learn and make a meal for themselves, my goal is that they go home and they do that exact same thing for their family and bring a smile to their face like they do mine.
Ashley Kaufman, STN, Channel 2 News.
Now, if only we had that food here. That looks really good. Students or faculty interested in attending Chef Ben's next cooking class will be informed of the date and registration through their Hartford emails, as well as signs throughout campus.
And the University Commons has been advertising the fact that you can order baked goods from their bakery. This service is available not only for Thanksgiving, but orders are being accepted year-round. Many choices of baked desserts can be purchased for any occasion. You can even place specialty orders like vegan or gluten-free cakes that can serve up to 100 people.
Opportunity for students to celebrate each other's birthdays. I know everyone has friends where you're like, oh, I wish I can get them something, but a lot of people don't have cars. So it's so easy to just walk on campus and be like, oh wow, my friend really loves the cannoli cupcakes. I'm gonna get her half a dozen for her birthday.
And as far as payment goes, they can use dining dollars, they can use the hot cash, credit. We're open to all those things.
The bakery asks that you order about a week in advance or give 2 weeks notice for a specialty order to allow them time to order any necessary ingredients. Bakery orders can be placed at hartford.campusdish.com and picked up right inside Commons.
For those students staying on campus this upcoming Thanksgiving break, Dining Services has updated their hours for all eateries on campus, as you can see there on Tuesday and Wednesday. Those following locations will be open, including Commons, the GSU Cafe, Village Market, and Subway, and more. But from Thursday to Saturday, all dining locations on campus will be closed until Sunday, with only some locations reopening later in the afternoon that day. For more information, you can visit our website, stn2.tv, for a full list of times and locations for this short holiday break.
And the Student Government Association is holding bar-rated trivia night at Hawks Nest on Friday, November 20th, starting at 8:30 p.m. It is free for students to play, and there is a chance to win many prizes, including gift cards. They are using the bar-rated trivia company in order to get the questions for the trivia night. The questions will be based off of pop culture.
We do the event every semester. It's the Academic Vice President's event, but we want to get students out and get them as breaks coming up, there's a lot of tests. We want people to de-stress, have some fun on a Friday night, and maybe while they go out to dinner at Hawks Nest, they can interact with other students and just learn some new facts and have a lot of fun on a Friday night.
And this event is meant to bring the student body out to have a night of fun before they go home for Thanksgiving. Anyone is welcome to come to Trivia Night for a night of entertainment and learning.
Well, if you've ever been interested in the world of television, we've got a great club for you, and it's STN Channel 2. Whether you're interested in producing, advertising, engineering, reporting, photography, directing, graphic design, or sports, we have it all. Stop by our office in Jenkins Room 120G and try it out. All right, coming up after the break, Networkology came back for its second event this week with a reception with CETA professors.
And we delve into the world of politics again as we get into details about the recent Democratic debates.
Also, we have more information on national news this past week, so keep it tuned right here to STN Channel 2.
Pets make super pets. Your new best friend will steal your heart, bring you happiness, and enrich your life for years to come. You can make a difference in the life of an animal. Adopt and bring home a shelter pet today. To find out more, visit theshelterpetproject.org.
Every day across America, excess food is gathered by a network of good people at local food banks, giving hope to millions of children who struggle with hunger. They've earned their wings, and you can too. Together, we can solve child hunger. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that! That's disgusting! Oh, poop already! You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
You're watching STN Channel 2 News.
Welcome back, everybody. If you have an idea for a story you would like us to investigate or an event we should cover, please let us know. Send us an email to tips@stn2.tv, or you can submit a tip through text message at 860-631-STN2. You can also get all of your campus news updates. Follow us on Twitter @STN2.
Now, CETA held their second Networkology event on Tuesday, November 16th. Students attended a dinner to practice their networking skills by having elaborate discussions with CETA faculty and staff. STN Channel 2 reporter Matthew Vega has more details.
Students were able to practice what they would say if in a professional interview, if asked about their strengths, weaknesses, and experiences.
Or if someone asks you, well, you don't have any experience, and then you talk about, well, I don't have experience related specifically to this, but I was a waiter or waitress and I had to deal with people and I had to, negotiate things, so customer service, and how we can take the skills that we do have and really or how we can talk about them in a way that they are applicable for whatever position they're applying for.
The students had come up with questions for themselves which they felt were important and ones that they could handle in a networking situation.
Or it could be you're just asking someone about, well, what do you do for a job? Oh, just sort of those lead-in questions so that they can get feedback from the person and really sort of switch the conversation so that you show interest in the other person, and then they provide you that information. They remember who you are because you've took an interest in them. And then when there's a door open, possibly they say, oh, I remember that student.
Networkology will give students the opportunity to practice their communicating and networking skills when discussing with those in a professional environment.
And to me, besides the importance of networking, is that the students have taken this initiative on their own. So a lot of times as faculty or staff, we try to push students because we think it's the right thing to do. But in this case, it's even better because the students have taken the initiative.
Matthew Vega, STN, Channel 2 News.
Now, CETA will be holding 3 more neurology events coming up this year in the spring semester. For more information, visit stn2.tv.
Last week, STN brought you the latest on the race for the White House from the GOP candidates. This week, STN's Nick Woodfin takes a look at the candidates running for the Democratic nomination.
If you've been watching the Republican debates, you know it is a little bit like watching a reality TV show. Except after you watch for a while, you kind of say to yourself, wait a minute, these people are out of touch with actual reality.
As primaries draw closer, presidential candidate Hillary Clinton has become more comfortable with her standing in the polls and has looked onward to her possible competition. But the race is far from over.
We have got to fight against all forms of discrimination. And when Donald Trump and these people start categorizing the Mexican people as rapists or criminals, that's unleashing the door for every jerk in America. No, that's what it does. When people who are on top start saying stupid things, then other people think they now have the freedom to say it. We're seeing that. We're seeing that. And our job is to shut that door closed. Racism is not acceptable.
Bernie Sanders, an independent senator from Vermont, continues to stand his ground, depending on his grassroots support to trail behind Hillary Clinton with promise of socialist policies for the nation.
Last night in the debate, Secretary Clinton, to try to mask her proximity to Wall Street, the huge amount of contributions and the dollars she has received personally from the major banks of Wall Street, sadly invoked 9/11 to try to mask that. Look, she doesn't have to mask it. It is what it is.
Former Maryland Governor Martin O'Malley has also proven that he has the staying power, but as the polls currently stand, Clinton is on her way to a successful primary.
That was Nick Woodfin reporting. The candidates have a little under 3 months until the 2016 caucus in Iowa. So far, Secretary Clinton and Donald Trump are the 2 frontrunners in the polls for the Democrats and Republicans, respectively. We'll have more updates on all things presidential as they develop.
The police and FBI are in search of a missing Washington College student, Jacob Marburger, in fear that he is armed. Marburger was last seen November 16th at Walmart in Berks County with a gun case and possibly a gun. He is expected to be dangerous due to brandishing an unloaded antique rifle in front of some other students on October 9th after having a prank called on him 2 days prior. Washington College has asked anyone who knows of his whereabouts to call the college or Chestertown Police. And 32-year-old Polish citizen Kamila Dolniak was restrained and taken into custody after trying to open an exit door while on a plane this past Tuesday, according to Federal Aviation Administration and Massachusetts State Police. Passengers' first impressions were that the woman had been having a panic attack or a seizure. However, it was confirmed that the woman was intoxicated. Police said the woman has no known connection to terrorism, but an investigation to determine the facts and circumstances of the incident is ongoing.
The Beta Theta Pi fraternity at Quinnipiac University that was issued a cease and desist order back in October has been reinstated to the school. The fraternity was temporarily suspended from any activity on campus after allegations of hazing new members. The order has since been cleared and wiped from the record after investigators determined the members were not found guilty of any kind of hazing. All right, Johnny, so coming up, the big Thanksgiving Day football games. I'm so excited. You always got to love Thanksgiving and football.
Yeah.
Nothing better. Alex, so we've got 3 games, right?
Yeah, 3 games. They're all going to be interesting. I love watching football, and Thanksgiving is probably my favorite time of the year, to be perfectly honest. But hello, everyone, and welcome to the Sports Desk. I'm Alex Young. Coming up, we got the results of the men's and women's basketball team as they were on the road, as well as your latest Hawks sport news. So don't go anywhere, because sports is next.
In the small town of Elmira, New York, a boy was born into an all-American family. The odds of him achieving his dream in the fashion industry? 1 in 23 million. The odds of having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 88. I am Tommy Hilfiger, and my family is affected by autism. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs.
So, I got this new family. And I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy. Oh, and she even talks to it. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
Runner on first base.
big guy comes up to bat, hitting .342 with 92 RBIs and 36 homers.
Chill raw and prepared foods promptly. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
And now, your Channel 2 Sports.
And welcome back. Now the men's basketball team had a busy week with 2 games this week, one against Louisville and the other against St. Peter's. First, the Hawks played against the Cardinals on the road. Could they pull off the upset against Rick Pitino's squad? Let's take a look at the board. And tough game for Florida as they fought to Louisville 87-52. Florida Hawks' Pancake Thomas was the lone bright spot offensively, finishing with 20 points while shooting 50% from the floor. Justin Graham put in a decent outing, ending with 8 points and 2 assists. Damian Lee of the Cards tied for the most points on his squad with 18 and also had 3 dimes. Shinano Owaku also had 18 points and was a menace on the boards, ending with 9. Now, after the tough loss to the Cardinals, the men tried to correct things against St. Peter's. It was a tough game throughout, but in the end, the Hawks come out on top 67-66. Justin Graham dominated for his squad, finishing with 22 points and 4 boards, as well as hitting the game-winning 3. Pancake Thomas shot 40% from the floor, finishing with 10 points and 3 dimes. Chaz Patterson had a stellar game for the Peacocks with 16 points and 4 rebounds. Kadar Wellen dominated on the boards with 11 and scored well, ending with 12, which was the lone double-double of the game. Next up for the Hawks is their first home game against Niagara on November 24th. Now, sticking with the men, great news came in regarding to one of their recruits. Hassan Attia, a 6'10", 270-pound center from Egypt, signed a national letter of intent on November 12th. Attia will have 2 more years of eligibility remaining when he joins the Hawks next season. Attia is starting his 2nd season at Colby Community College in Kansas, where he will serve as a team captain before he comes to UHart. As a freshman, he averaged 6.5 points, 6.5 rebounds, and 1.4 blocks, including 5 double-doubles. He's expected to be a key shot blocker and key rebounder when he joins the Gallagher gang. And moving on to the women's basketball team, as they were also in action. This time they played Quinnipiac in Hampton, Connecticut. The ladies have started their season on the right foot, going undefeated through their first 2 games. Could they keep their win streak alive? Let's take a look. And the Lady Hawks could not win the early morning contest, falling 71-69 in overtime. For your heart, Darby Lee was on fire, going 7 of 8 from the floor, ending with 17 points to lead the team. Jadelle Harrison also had a good outing with 15 points and 6 boards. Morgan Mans of the Bobcats had a tough day shooting, going 6 of 14, but that did not matter as she had 15 points in the contest. Sarah Shewin, played amazing defense, ending with 4 steals, and also did well on offense with 15 points. Next for the ladies is a game against Lafayette Sunday, November 22nd. And sticking with the ladies, and after 1 week, an award was already given to Captain Guard Deanna Meza as she was named America East Player of the Week. The award was handed to her after a pair of clutch performances that led her team to a 2-0 start. After those 2 games, Meza has averaged 19 points, 4.5 assists, and 4.5 rebounds. Meza's highlight came when she hit a game-winning 3 to defeat Cornell. With her level of play so far, she'll lead the team to new heights. And during the early signing period, Coach Zadi signed 2 players to national level 10, Aaron Jones and Sierra DaCosta. Jones, a combo guard and forward, is currently a senior at Voorhees High School in Glen Gardner, New Jersey. She's coming off a fantastic junior year where she put up 15.3 points per game, as well as 5.6 boards, 2.2 steals, and 2.1 blocks. DaCosta, a point guard from Bishop McDevitt High School in Harrison, Pennsylvania, is currently off a year in which she averaged 25.2 points, 9 rebounds, and 6 dimes, as well as being named to the team's MVP in 2014. Both teams will be joining the Lady Hawks for the 2016-17 season. And trying to find something to do this weekend before you head home for Thanksgiving? Well, you're in luck as the women's basketball team, like I said, will be facing Lafayette Sunday, November 22nd. So make sure at noon, so go out and support your Lady Hawks.
Nothing like playing the Peacocks for the men's
team. Oh, yeah, definitely like playing that. That was the weirdest mascot name I've seen in a really
you got the Yard Goats.
The Yard Goats. But Peacocks, to me, was the less intimidating of it. I think the Yard Goats might be a little more intimidating. But very, very, very different. Very slim
if I'm going to play a team named the Peacocks, I'm not really... I'm thinking of the other guys. You got to let the Peacocks fly.
You got to let the Peacocks fly. That's what I was saying.
That's beside the point. So, last newscast that we have before Thanksgiving break, you guys doing anything fun for the holiday? Family time?
Dinner with family. Sitting home watching football.
There you go. Yeah, exactly. Some nice football games, some turkey. Get that tryptophan in there and pass out on the couch.
Definitely.
It'll be beautiful. So, Thank you again for watching STN Channel 2 News. I'm Scott Roberts.
And I'm Johnny Wade.
Enjoy your holiday, eat lots of turkey, and we'll see you back here after the Thanksgiving break.